Hi, my name's Jane Parkinson and I'm a wine journalist, and I'm here today to tell you about my new book, Wine and Food. So the most common question I think my friends ask me about wine is how much do I spend on a bottle of wine myself personally? And the answer I usually give them, and I think it's the truth, is somewhere between £7 and £15 a bottle. In this country, so much of a bottle of wine goes on tax. If you don't spend much, you don't get much wine for your money. And so if you just spend a little bit more, you're actually paying more for the wine itself and less on tax. So I always encourage people to spend as much as they possibly can. I have a lot of friends who also work in wine, so they also know quite a lot, and that can turn into a bit of a geek fest. But when it's friends who aren't working with wine, then yeah, there's always a sort of tentative, oh, I'm not sure, you know, should I pick the wine in front of you? But sometimes I quite like being off duty, and it's interesting for me to see what other people would choose. And because I'll pretty much drink anything, then I'm always happy to let somebody else to decide for me if I'm on a night out. Everybody has their favourites, I have my favourites, but I think it's important to not get totally stuck in a rut and have the same favourite for 10 years. You know, I think it's good to mix it up a little bit and try something different if it's from the same region or it's from great variety, or just even from the same country. I think it's always a pleasurable experience to try something new, even if it doesn't end up being a favourite. I'd like to think that there are more people of a younger generation who are genuinely interested in wine, and part of that is because of this huge foodie revolution that started, you know, whether it's street food or, you know, going to the other end of the spectrum to Michelin style restaurants. Everyone's got huge interest in food, and wine and food have such an affinity together that I think it's only natural that more people are now interested in the wine scene as well. Choosing the 3 key things when pairing wine with food is a very tough ask, because there are so many things I could say. Be open-minded. Be prepared to try anything, even if it's something you think you're not going to like. You may end up liking it if you're having it with a certain type of food because that match is so good. Think about the main flavours on the plate. So often people look at the main protein or main carbohydrate that's on the plate rather than what the main actual flavour is, and that main flavour is what's going to dictate what works best with the wine. If you're not sure about what wine to match with food, is to go kind of regional, in the sense that a lot of the time foods from certain countries and regions have an affinity with wines from certain countries and regions from the same region, and so there's a reason why those 2 things go together. So thank you very much for listening, and if you want to learn more about wine and wine with food, then pick up a copy of my new book, which is coming out very soon. And if you do buy it, I hope that you enjoy it and have fantastic wine and food experiences with your friends.